Don't blink, but we're now just a few crawls away from 2022.
What the fuck? What the hell, yo?
Troy guy, man, make sure y'all subscribe or use a broke bitch.
Hopping that way, we get to rolling. Ayy, bitch, you ain't gang, don't even know him. For the 808 sitting, I'm finna go in. How to run the bell, like where you going? Hopping the way, we get to rolling. Ayy, bitch, you ain't gang, don't even know him. For the 808 sitting, I'm finna go in. How to run the bell, like where you going?
What's going on, YouTube? It's me, ViniiTube. It's your boy Trey Guy. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to another ViniiTube video. Top 10 most anticipated new anime of 2022. I'm excited. I don't know what to expect, like at all. I need to catch on watching new anime. I want to watch that Taki Destiny OP. I'm gonna watch that for the channel. Shout out to ViniiTube, man. Let's always be fire. And yeah, if you got this far, hey, you know, don't forget to subscribe, you know, like the video and shit, you know. Without further ado, let's get straight into this anime list.
Don't blink, but we're now just a few crawls away from 2022.
What the fuck?
What
the hell? Yo!
Like we always do on the channel. I think that for today, it's better to take a
What?
Don't blink, but we're now just a few crawls away from 2022. Want to give a recap of 2021 like we always do on the channel. I think that for today, it's better to take a look at what we have in store for 2022.
She never skipped a leg day in her life.
Right here. Yeah, we all know you're all expecting Attack on Titan or something like that, so how about having a caveat of only focusing on new series? That way I can give some possible hidden gems their much needed shine after realizing that my previous videos on anticipated anime
that shit gonna be
sequels.
Heat.
So, what you say about that?
I forgot what it's called.
The top 10 most anticipated anime this 2022. But before we proceed,
let's
like
Blue
today's
Sun?
sponsor. They bring
Get your money. I respect it. I respect it. I respect it. The immense in shadows.
Chunibyo, 8th grader syndrome. Those words quickly conjure up images in your mind, perhaps of a time past that you feel shame looking back at, perhaps of that one classmate of yours that you just don't get. Perhaps you're all just like Sid Gargano once, drowning in imaginations and dreaming of being the mastermind behind heroes.
That took so fucking long. Damn nigga dogs, bro. I can't stand them. Alright, man. Top 10 anime. Jesus, let's get it.
Of magic after a mandatory visit from Truckgun, Sid seeks to put his dreams to the test. Having dames and recruiting members to his organization Shadow Garden, he looks to take down his imagined cult of Diabolos and their goal of resurrecting an ancient evil. Unfortunately, the cult of Diabolos is realer than Sid would have ever thought. Now, here's an isekai that I didn't feature before. The Eminence in Shadow looks to be an interesting tale that looks to combine some elements of the faction-building formula and good old over-the-top Chunibyo. It may seem a little bit whack at first, but I think that it could end up being a sleeper hit of the season thanks to its very charismatic lead.
You like the nigga from Code Geass. I've never seen Code Geass. I've just seen what the nigga look like, but like...
Don't let the cover art fool you on this one. I myself got tricked into thinking this is one of those coming-of-age dramas, and I couldn't be more wrong. So, what is Summertime Render then? What if I told you it's a shonen jump series that's quite darker than the usual shonen fare and plays around with the idea of time loops? Are you surprised? I mean, I sure was. Shinpei Ajiro doesn't have what I'd call an extraordinary life. Things change when one of the Gofune sisters he used to live with, Ushio, dies in a supposed drowning. However, upon seeing the bruises on the body of the sister, as well as getting a vision from Ushio herself, he knows that something was amiss. Shifting shadows creep along the island, and it would take a monumental strength to save everyone. With Mio and others, Shinpei looks to find a future where his friends and family survive. A tall task, I'd say, with the happy ending seemingly slipping further and further away against an enemy smarter than it seems. If you're into mystery thrillers that soon end up giving you a lot of fighting and action, you should add this to your plan to watch list. With its emphasis on time loops and such, I'm sure that fans of ReZero and Edge of Tomorrow will have something to enjoy here.
Yeah, it sounds like fire. Anything with a time loop is just fire.
Past Tokyo Bay stands a special sector, Far East Special District.
What is this? This looks
fire.
fire. What the
24th Ward.
I like the animation.
Three childhood friends grew up together in spite of their differences, but their relationship changes in the wake of an incident. A year later, their phones all ring simultaneously. It's a call from a longtime friend who supposedly died, and the phone call leaves them with one instruction: choose the future. Reunited under a new mission, the three seek to protect the 24th Ward and all they hold dear, but will they be able to overcome their differences and save everyone? Original anime from Cloverworks, here we go. Is it just me, or does Tokyo 24th Ward somehow give off Anohana vibes? That or Wonder Egg Priority? However, this time I can see this turning into more of an action thriller that could be a sleeper hit of the season. January just can't come soon enough. At number 7 we have Requiem of Rose King.
ランカスターから王座を取り戻す。王冠は父上の頭上にこそふさわしい。
Historical drama never goes out of flavor, especially something with such a dark and noir atmosphere like this. Requiem of Rose King is a series loosely based on Shakespearean works Henry VI and Richard III. Born a cursed noble, Richard grapples against self-identity. Possessing both male and female characteristics, he immediately finds himself the object of scorn. Despite being loved by his father, the complete opposite can be said of his mother, leading him to a childhood of hatred. As he grows up, Richard starts to believe that he can find salvation by leading his father to the throne. However, enemies lie in wait, featuring no less than Jeanne d'Arc herself. With the War of Roses in full swing, will Richard bring his family to glory, or will he drag it down the depths of the abyss? As Vanitas has shown us so far, dark fantasy will always have its fair share of fans. For those who are into classic literature or just enjoy dramatic shows with some supernatural drama written all over it, then this is something worth looking out for.
バラ王の壮烈。
I clearly remember back then, people were saying things like, if you haven't read Uzumaki, you haven't experienced Japanese horror yet. Now, while I wonder if such claims could still be justified now, almost a decade after that hype, one thing is for sure. Uzumaki is one of the most notable horror manga I've ever read.
Any horror?
It's very
Probably
due for an
are.
anime adaptation, one that we'll be getting in the fall of 2022. The premise is simple, actually. It's a story about bizarre events involving spirals, and one that, as expected, slowly escalates. An obsession with the shape is but the prelude to an entire town's spiral into madness. Having experienced the story in manga form, I think that one of the biggest selling points for Uzumaki is the art. Junji Ito is a master of horror, and it clearly shows with how disturbing and spine-chilling the illustrations are. With a relatively short story compared to the typical manga series and a confirmed episode count of just 4, Uzumaki looks to be one of those short but powerful types of anime. I'm expecting theatrical quality that more than amplifies the horrors that Junji Ito's mind is capable of creating.
爆発があって目が覚めたら助け出されてて秘密な秘密ずっと探してるんだその時に聞いたあの音を
Up next we have Bubble? Yep, that's the title, Bubble. It's an original anime project that's set to premiere on Netflix, but first things first. When was the last time you saw an anime project generate so much hype?
Is that what this shit is? That what this? What?
Well, it's not blowing up the internet.
That's what this was?
But the moment the trailer hit, I've seen some excited chattering related to Bubble. Then again, who can blame them? Urobuchi, Sawano, and Araki all involved.
That first one and that I don't.
Bringing together some of the people involved in beloved anime masterpieces like Attack on Titan, Psycho Pass, Fate Zero, and more. And it's by Wit to boot.
Okay,
there is a lot to be excited about. The parkour scene looks
I want to watch Psycho Pass too. I always start the first episode of Psycho Pass and then turn that shit off. Like I just don't pay attention or like I don't know.
Paradise. For someone who's tired of this world,
I never get past like the first 4 minutes.
Trade ninja Gabimaru the Hollow thought he'd accepted his fate, yet death refuses to take a hold of him, owning to his subconscious desire to live and return to his wife. In exchange, executioner Asaimon comes to the ninja with a proposal. To gain pardon, he's to join an expedition to an island south of Japan. The mythical Elixir of Life is said to be on that island, and it's the key to the ninja's freedom. However, dangers far greater than any man have seen lurk on that island. Will Gabimaru and his ragtag crew of criminals survive and grasp freedom? The premise is quite interesting, and I found myself picking the manga up and reading quite a bit of it. What I like the most about this story is that it's not just a simple good and evil type of action story. It goes beyond that with characters that may not be as bad as their reputations say. Come in for the action and adventure, get amazed by the good characterization. Sums up my experience reading it, so I can't wait to see it get animated. In third place we have Blue Lock.
Yeah, that. Yes. I heard this shit is gonna be fire.
It's about time we got another one
They're
of those
saying
gritty
best sports anime.
and Blue Lock's there to fill that void. The
Hey
titular
man,
Blue
they're
Lock's
saying
a
it's
prison-like
better
facility
than
built with a sole
Haikyuu, they're saying it's
purpose
better
to
than
find
Kuroko.
Japan's next national team striker. From a pool of hundreds of
I don't know,
participants,
man. I
only
ain't
one
read
will
it.
get chosen, and the rest get banned from joining the team forever. One of the prospects is Yoichi, a striker dealing with doubts, further pushed by an unselfish play costing his team the Nationals. Seeing the Blue Lock project as an opportunity to clear his mind, he enters the facility with the goal of grabbing hold of glory as the star of the national team. Blue Lock takes the friendship and teamwork themes of typical sports anime and turns those conventions upside down.
That's fire.
And superpowers too. Reality
They
just
got
doesn't work that way.
superpowers.
So the series instead delves on a more cynical take, going with the themes of ego and selfishness. Certainly a different take from what
I like
we're used
it.
to seeing. And while I don't automatically equate cynical and dark to good, the series has a lot
This is
to
gonna
keep
be
you
interesting.
entertained.
This is gonna
The
be
characters
really
end up
fucking
being
interesting.
and hard to predict, and it's up to you to decide how you look at them considering their circumstances.
I can already
You
tell a
rarely
bunch
see
of twists and
psychological
turns, bro.
sports
Like, I'm
combined as a
hype already.
genre, but if you want to see one done beautifully, then Blue Lock is your pick.
This shit gonna be deep.
Our second most anticipated anime this 2022 is Spy Family.
That, you know, that cover in this look extremely, you know, don't correlate, but it's anime.
How could I have
Why did
forgotten
I
about
expect
this
it to be
before?
just
Even before
like...
it became an anime, Spy Family is a perennial favorite. I've seen a lot of people talk about it, so imagine the collective shouts of joy when an anime was finally announced. For the
it
sake
look
of world peace,
cold.
there's no hurdle Twilight won't take. However, that statement just had to be put to the test with his latest
I like
assignment.
Shawty in the
To
middle.
investigate the politician Donovan
I mean the
Desmond,
mother.
he
I
gets
mean,
tasked
I
with
better not like the
infiltrating
other
said
one.
son's school.
She's like
But how
8.
does one do that? Easy. Get married, have a child, and play family. Twilight, now taking the alias Lloyd Forger, quickly adapts his family, but it turns out that the rest of his adapted family have their own hidden natures. A secret agent, an
so they're
assassin,
both-
and a kid who can read minds. What happens when they come together,
what?
working towards their agendas while pretending to be an ordinary, loving family? Now, this is a comedy I can get behind. I love how it intertwines action with comedy thanks to the absurd setup and scenarios that can quickly turn into thrilling sequences. If you enjoy those Mr. and Mrs. Smith type stories, this
gonna
could
be
the anime
hard.
for you. It's also got a slew of wholesome and relatable moments for an adult man like me, so that's always a bonus.
ダメだ理解できん
Coming out
Damn.
on top is Chainsaw
Of course, of fucking course. This shit is gonna take the world by storm, bro. It's
Man.
gonna
Now, was
be
this a surprise?
ridiculous.
Everyone just can't get enough of Chainsaw Man, and its announcement is
It's
probably
great,
one of the
bro.
major events this past few months. People went wild for this upcoming show, and as early as now, I'm calling this the mainstream hit of its season.
I'm
Now, for the
telling you.
uninitiated, here's what it's all about. Chainsaw Man stars Denji.
My
Having
nigga
outlived his
Denji, bro.
usefulness, he finds himself betrayed and slain by the same devils who are in cahoots with the Yakuza. Fusing with his pet devil, he gets reincarnated as the titular
My nigga
Chainsaw
Poocha.
Man, swearing revenge on those who betrayed him. He joins the Public Safety Bureau as one of the hunters. Bloody, brutal, chaotic. That sums up Chainsaw Man. It's also extremely dark in comparison to most Shonen Jump titles, and it will surely be a great addition to its list of more cynical series like Death Note and the mentioned Summertime Render. However, talking about it just doesn't do it justice, so make sure that you watch it when it comes out.
You just want to touch some boobs, bro. That's all you want. You just want some boobs, bro.
So, how about you? What's your
Yeah, I'll
most
probably go yellow
anticipated new
confused and
anime of
shit.
2022? Tell everyone in
Chainsaw
the
Man's
comment
gonna
section
be-
down below and
Chainsaw
share
Man's
your
gonna be
thoughts.
fucking
Now,
heat.
if you enjoyed watching this video, please head over to my channel and see what else I have to offer.
gonna
I make
take
these
all- it might-
countdown videos quite often, so you'll definitely have a lot to see. You might also want to support me through either memberships or Patreon, and I'll leave a link down in the description box for you for those.
I want
Don't forget
to-
check
it
out our
might-
sponsors game, Another Eden. The link's in the description.
it ain't
I
gonna
hope
be
you had
bigger
fun
than
watching this
Demon
video,
Slayer.
and I
Hell
wish you
no.
a fantastic
Demon Slayer just
2022.
took the
See you
fuck
next
off
time.
on niggas. Like whoa. Like Demon Slayer just took the fuck off. Jujutsu Kaisen did too, but I think it's gonna have that kind of Jujutsu Kaisen Demon Slayer effect on the mainstream. I think everyone's gonna be talking about my nigga Chainsaw Man. Real shit. But that's the end of the video, y'all. If y'all enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe. You know what I mean. It's me, your boy Trey God, and I'm gone.